everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I just finished watching The Bad Batch episode 9, and we're kind of getting back into the motion of things. Another sort of adventure of the week episode, except this one is a little bit different. We are kind of dealing with the after effects of Echo leaving the group and how Omega is having a hard time processing this, which makes sense because it has been her only family she's ever known, whereas we have people like Tech, who we're kind of getting hints of maybe some mirroring of real world conditions of how, you know, he kind of talks to her about how like he processes emotions differently, and that doesn't mean he doesn't feel things, but you know, he's more analytical about things, and you know, it's harder for him to express emotions in in the way that your average person would, right? Which, you know, look, I'm not gonna like blatantly make any kind of real world comparisons here, but you know, it kind of mirrors things that we know about certain conditions in the real world, right? So, you know, take that how you will, but yeah, so Tech might be, you know, anyways, but yeah, this is just another adventure where they're sent on Sid on a mission, and they're on this planet, which honestly, they started this episode with some like cool Western guitar riffs happening. It was pretty cool. I was like, is The Last of Us playing? What's going on? And they're here to get this material that is highly explosive, which I feel like is kind of a trope in Star Wars at this point, you know, like, oh, is it coaxium again? Like, it just, if you do something wrong, it explodes, which of course means that it will explode at some various points in the episode. Really early on, they get their ship stolen, so now they're kind of stranded here, and then a sandstorm comes through and they're stranded in the mines, and they gotta, you know, they're working their way through these mines just like Omega's working her way through these emotions. You get it? See how that kind of is going together like that? And you know, this was very much a Tech and Omega centered episode, and like I've said, Tech has gotten a lot of attention this season, like constantly. Like this is like the fourth time that Tech has been the center of attention, so I still feel like something is going to happen with Tech. I don't know what. It might be real tragic, but Tech has consistently been getting a lot of attention this season, so we'll see. We'll find out. Yeah, but yeah, they can't contact Echo because, you know, he turned his transponder off. He's off on a mission with Rex somewhere. They're stranded, so they don't have any way of long form communication. But eventually they manage to, you know, use explosives, some of that explosive substance, to get their way out of the mines. And then they get to this little tiny town, and only to find that it is abandoned. So there's no help there other than trying to contact Sid. And Sid tells them, well, I can't help you for at least a couple days. So they're kind of on their own. And the episode ends, you know, somewhat cliffhangery in the fact that they're still stranded here. They don't have their ship, and no one's coming to help them, at least for a couple days. So, you know, I imagine the next episode is going to be like, what happened on this planet? Who stole our ship? And the person, we get a small glimpse of who stole their ship. I'm not going to lie, at first I thought, is that maybe Hondo Ohnaka has slightly different clothes on, like a different hat or something? It almost looked Hondo Ohnaka-ish, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not going to get my hopes up that it's him. You know, for a second I thought we were going to hear his voice like, clones, you know, like do his Hondo. I can't do his voice, but you know, his Hondo Ohnaka thing. Anyways, but yeah, they're kind of just stranded here, and they kind of work through their little emotions. They had to, you know, Omega has to adapt to the fact that Echo's gone. First they lost Crosshair, now they lost Echo. Speaking of Crosshair, we haven't seen Crosshair like in a while, right? Like, he's only gotten like one episode this entire season. What's up with Crosshair? Are we gonna get back to that? I'm sure we will, but you know, it's been a little while since we've dealt with Crosshair stuff, so I don't know, just saying. But yeah, this was just definitely the episode where the team tries to kind of come back to form, do another adventure of the week thing, but obviously it's different because they're missing a member, you know, and they kind of just have to adapt to that fact. And also, you know, Echo is not, not Echo, Tech is not the most emotional, emoting person. There you go, emoting, that's what I'm looking for. You know, not so great with expressing how he feels the way that an average person would do that, you know. But yeah, just I enjoyed this episode just for how, like, you know, character growth, you know. And that's my thing. A lot of these Adventure of the Week episodes, some of them are not as great as like actually growing the characters and having things happen as some of the other episodes are, but I feel like this one did a really good job. And also it's interesting that this seems to be a two-parter, which, okay, that's cool. So yeah, anyways, I like this episode. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.